Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with a companion page to the one I made yesterday. And this one will be a little bit quicker video because I'm using things that are on the desk that were left from the page yesterday. And because it's a companion page, that's intentional. The sketch I'm using is the Day 3 sketch for 30 Days of Sketches by Christie's Beautiful Life, round 7. And I've got, instead of this framework of hexagons, I'm going to use the rest or most of the rest of that cut file that I used yesterday to have kind of the same, in the interest of the same materials. Now I've already colored the white cut file with this Twisted Citron Distress Oxide and this brush. Now I'm going to add splatters. I'm using a white background. The photos I'm using, I'm getting these splatters both on the stars and on the white background. And this is Dilution Shimmer Spray, and the shimmer really comes up when you roll over it. With the paper towel roll. So it also kind of dries it off. I've got some smursh on it. Okay, not sure where that came from. Okay, so I've got miscellaneous and assorted things, but first thing I want to do is place the title. So I think I've accomplished in this in this outline kind of the idea of the frame of similar shapes. So it doesn't bother me that they're not hexagons. I had this star cut file and I used part of it yesterday with the intention of using the rest of it today. Now my photos were taken at on the same day as the ones from yesterday, and it's Ava kind of setting up herself. She's playing with her Yo Gabba Gabba figures, and these are her craft supplies kind of in there, and she's got her little glue stick and a packet of some embellishments there. I'm not sure quite what she's doing, but this is, she's got her leg bent on the chair. She's not one for just sitting in a chair conventionally. She's her leg bent, and it's on the chair. The other one's on the floor, and she's just playing along. And Grandpa is at his desk, and he's turned this way. His laptop is closed. I'm not quite sure what he's doing, but you can see that the desktop is that same lime green as this chair and as the lime greens that I'm very fond of using on my scrapbook pages. That was the island countertop at the house we lived in before, and I was reasonably certain that no one was going to properly love that lime green silestone countertop as much as I would. So we had it removed. This is the island itself. It's IKEA cabinets. And I just took the 4-inch legs off and let the cabinets sit flush on the floor, and it's perfect desk height. It's absolutely perfect. So we have the cabinets here, and we have knee holes on both sides. This is my laptop here, and that's John's. That's my big it's 13 by 19 printer, but I print my 12 by 12 pages on it. And there's a calendar that we got from Tate Modern, and it was on April 25th, so it was 5 days after John's birthday, whatever year that was. I think it was 2013. And we hadn't built, you can see in some of the other pictures, we hadn't built the kitchen out. We had this office area, and we used the kitchen upstairs in James's kitchen. So just this series of photos brings back so many memories about kind of how we lived back in the day. There are different things on the wall now. We've removed that door, and on the other side of that door is what became John's workshop. So it has this tool bench, and then the door to outside, which is where the wheelchair ramp was built just a couple months ago, a month or so ago. Anyway, I'm going to move on. I'm going to kind of place the photos. I've created photo clusters. I don't want to cover that up, so I may, but I don't want to cover up the little green thing either. I may just kind of put it right here so that I can have an embellishment down there. So let me just kind of do this, and I can slide it up under the... Oh, anyway, as you'll recall yesterday, the page was on a navy blue background, and I tore a big sheet of the lime green. And here I've used the lime green and a different blue as layers behind the photo. And then I've used the same washi tape that I used, just ripped strips of it. So let me do that, and that kind of gives me that area. Let's see if we can kind of slide that under properly. Okay, that works, and I think I'm not even going to worry about gluing it, because as I glue other things on top, that'll work. I'm going to, that calls for one of the Calvinball points that you can get is for a tag. So I'm just going to slide this under. I've cut the top part of the tag, and I can use that word happiness somewhere else, maybe on this page, maybe not. Again, I have, when I colored these guys, I glued them down at one spot, and to give myself a hint where the glue was, I glued a sequin on top. So I have 3 sequins there. That's my 3 of one thing. Let me kind of do that. There we go. Okay, and I've got this rainbow with a cloud. This is the other half of the one I used yesterday, and I think I can use this right here. And I'll hook that cloud over there. I've got this strip of rickrack that I kind of want to make a little bit more prominent than if I had run it underneath. And I'm not sure how this is going to work. I'm going to kind of cross over this photo, again trying not to lose that detail of her little foot. Let me do that, and I want it I've already kind of smeared a little glue on the photo, and I hate that, but it is what it is. Okay, there we go. I'm going to pull it over a little to that side, squinch it up so I don't lose her foot, and then I'm gonna see if a little bit of this paper towel can kind of clean that off. The glue dries clear and matte, so it may not be a problem. Okay, I've got these two little guys that are the same kind of banners I used yesterday. I think I'm gonna cut, hopefully they're still glued together. I'm gonna use them up by the tag. Not trying to put things in the same places, in fact, trying not to put them in the same places. Let me kind of scooch that under the photo there. There we go. And then I have a small embellishment I was going to put up there. I thought maybe this little puffy butterfly. There we go. And I've got this ampersand, which could go up there. I want to put the title here. I've colored this. This is part of a sheet, and I think I got this at a on the freebie table at a retreat I went to. It's by Adorn It, and it's watercolor paper, so I could have watercolored any of these. I used alcohol markers to color this, and it adds that kind of pink accent color. And I think I'll go ahead and put it on because everything else is going to kind of have to fit around it. I have a couple houses because they were fussy cut, and I thought I would use them. I don't think I will use them actually, because this is fussy cut from that sheet. Okay, so that's there. Now I'm going to add some handwriting on this tag. I've got an arrow that I'm going to glue right there. I'm going to use the solid blue side, I think, which means the glue goes on the plaid side. There, and I've got a vellum arrow that is cut from that same paper. I'm going to use this wood veneer, kind of sliding it under there, and maybe put that there. Okay. Wood veneer is one of those things that gets me a Calvinball point, and this kind of repeats I thought there was an ampersand on there. There must have been an ampersand on somebody else's interpretation of it. So not going to use these houses. I do need a cake. This is I don't know how accurate this is a cake. It actually looks like a Boston cream pie to me, but it also could be, you could interpret it as a layer cake. And I'm going to slide it up under this ampersand because it doesn't necessarily fit the trying to hide. Now, I thought I used the crayons pointing up yesterday, and I thought I'd use these again from some box of crayons by Chamel. And so I thought I'd have them pointing down here and actually mount it on that rickrack, which may or may not have been a good idea. Gonna add some glue here and bring the arrow up there. Okay, and I've got a bow, and it's kind of in a color scheme. I don't need this cloud because I have a cloud there. I thought I would, as a nod to the hexagons there, I thought I'd use one of these that says find joy, and of course I can't get it on straight. I don't know if any of you have the same problem, but when I'm applying hexagons as embellishments, I have a lot of trouble getting them straight. And I always, for these, I want them parallel to the background page. Okay, let me get another one, maybe right up in here. Just kind of a sprinkling there. And that gives me my color pink. I'm not sure if I need hearts or not. I think I do. I think hearts are on there. So I'm gonna get a heart. What the heck, I'll get 2 hearts and kind of put them, I'm gonna lay them on the photo right there over a part of the photo that doesn't really matter. I'm going to use this bow, but I'm going to cut the larger back part off of it and maybe use that if we have a glitter point down the road. I can use those as just a piece of glittery something tucked behind. I'm not going to throw it away. So here I'm just going to kind of, that's got a little bit of foam on it, but let me put some glue just in case it doesn't want to stick. I'm going to tuck it back behind the joy here. Does that make sense? It doesn't necessarily make sense. I'm actually going to go ahead and put it there. And then maybe I'll run my tag off to the side. Let me see if I can write. I'm going to try on one that I don't care about. It does smear. So I will add the handwriting later using one of my special pens that writes on glossy surfaces. Not going to mess this up by using a regular pen. Let's see where I want to put this. I'm going to remove this, add that, kind of tuck it under the crayons, and then I'll add this right there. Okay. And I'm not, unlike yesterday, I'm not going to just go down the list and then pull everything that I think I need. need something metal, so I'm actually going to use this. But I may replace it with one that's a better color. That's the one that I happen to have on my desk. I'm going to use all the rest of these enamel dots, kind of sprinkling them around the page, sort of to go along with those splatters. And the reason I'm doing this is because you get a point for emptying, for using up all of something. And I figured I had few enough of these, and I have more green dots, and I have green Nuvo drops. Speaking of which, I need some Nuvo drops. Let's see. And I've got a pretty lime green. Okay, right here. But first, let me add some flowers from my flower sticker book. And I'll try to find ones that sort of match up with what I used on the other page. I'm not seeing any of those like the ones I used yesterday. That's a shame, but I'll find something that's usable. I'm going to go with paper ones. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to trim off that, and I can use those leaves for something else, but I can kind of scooch that up under there, and that gives me the floral, and it kind of, you know, brings in some of the stuff that was there yesterday. I think the rest of this, well, let's see, maybe there's some cute clusters there. Oh, and the protea. Oh, on a dark navy background. How cool. Okay, so I think that's the only thing I'm going to use out of this. Maybe I could use something there. So let me try a small one here, kind of. Again, I'm just going to use the flower part and try to get that back in there. Put that there, and what else can I use right in there? I think I'm okay with it the way it is. So I'm going to call it done. I will count up the Calvinball points separately. Actually, let me do the Nuvo drops. Let me test. And in case you're interested in the color, it's Nuvo Crystal Drops, and the color is apple green. I'm going to do 3 little groups of 3. And I like the variety that you get. You get the sprinkling, scattering all around, but you get the different dimension and texture of the Nuvo drops versus the splatters versus the enamel dots. Let's see. I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to print a date here in a typewriter font. So that gets me a point for the typewriter font and a point for dating the layout. Then my handwriting is going to be, and I have this little heart here that was kind of stuck to something else. I'm going to go ahead and put it. Nah, I don't like it there. Maybe I'll just put it here, just for the hell of it. Okay, so my handwriting will go right here. Back in the day, when yo gabba gabba were the bomb. And I'll type the date right there and then glue it on top of that. I'll glue a little strip there. And what's the other thing I was going to do? Oh, maybe change this out for a better color. If I have a pink one or a lime green or even a blue, I'll use that there. So this is it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to guess that this one will be a similar number of points. There will be a few things I don't have from yesterday's list, and there will be some new things that I didn't have yesterday. So I'll see you for my next layout. I'm going to do the next one I do for Calvinball and with the Christie sketch. I probably will not film, but I thought this doesn't look exactly like this, but I think it's close enough, right? And let me pull it up for some close-ups. There we go. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.